All the standing around is making me so sleepy. I wonder when I'll be as tall as my big sister. La da 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 da. Everyone is working super hard. We should be too. I wonder when I'll be as tall as my big sister. Are you tired? Try my new spicy energy drink. I'm sure it'll wake you up. I wonder when I'll be as tall as my big sister. Everyone is working super hard. We should be too.
Can you hear me?
I wonder when I'll be as tall as my big sister.
I guess there's a mic built into the PlayStation controller. Can you guys hear me? No, probably not.
Are you tired? Try my new spicy energy drink. I'm sure it'll wake you up. wonder when I'll be as tall as my big sister. All the standing around is making me so sleepy. La da 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 da.
I can leave this on if you guys can hear me. This is the microphone in my controller, so it'll definitely pick up background noise, but it'll be easier than trying to type in the middle of playing. You can hear me? Okay. Well, let's do this then. This is Kokomi. Oh, wait. A while ago?
I wonder when I'll be as tall as my big
Okay.
sister.
So yes, and you just said I still could. I'm not going to change anything. Can you hear me say that? And then if so, just say yes. Okay, great. Okay. All right. Hi. All right, we're going to pull... I'm actually really close to Pity, so we're going to get her pretty quick. Nice. And if the sound sucks, again, it's because I'm using my PlayStation controller, not a headset. But in the future, we'll figure out audio shit. Okay, let's get. Oh, there she is. All right. Oh, before we start, here's what I'm thinking. Okay, hear me out.
When I'll be as tall as my big sister.
It's not like I don't want a 4-piece hydro set. I do want that. But we don't have that. We have this. So we have this. A little bit of HP, not bad. The off piece. Okay, we're going ER. Hear me out. We'll see why in a sec. And then HP and then healing. So we got 2-piece Maiden, 2-piece Tenacity. And then the weapon, I haven't leveled this up fully because there's a chance I'm going to get the new weapon. It's HDR. It's not Bloom. Maybe it's also Bloom. There's HDR on PS5. I think is why people notice like brighter lights and stuff. So here's my thought on the build for now. Until I get a good Hydro set. This has 21% Hydro bonus. I'm gonna use Kazuha. We're gonna get like basically a goblet's worth of Hydro bonus. Then we're gonna have a ton of attack from this, obviously. So not having attack stance is fine. I know you would normally do HP Hydro healing, but I think even then, attack would have been better for a lot of the non-burst damage, like the jellyfish and AoE and stuff like that anyway. So I'm not opposed to just doing an attack-heavy build until I get a good Hydro set. And again, the Hydro bonus will come from the book in Kazuha. And then we have, with this build, almost 180 energy, which is, I think, going to be plenty. We're not using... We have the R5 prototype Amber. We can use that. We won't need as much ER then, but using this, yeah. I just popped it up. I think there's like a 3-second delay or something. Let me see if I can figure out how long the delay is. You probably hear me like 5 seconds after I talk, so it's probably a little awkward. But yeah, there's stats. I see them on the screen. Barbara's level 44, so we got some room to grow. Okay, but now we're gonna pull Kokomi, and then again, we'll see if we get the weapon, and if so, I'm not gonna build that today. If we just get Jade Cutter right away, then probably not gonna go for that weapon because it looks pretty bad, frankly. But let's go ahead and pull. We're gonna get her quick because I am already. God, I think I'm like. Let's see here. I'll flex a little bit. Here we got. $13. Okay, and then we see that I got my back-to-back 5-star. So, is it echoing? Is it annoying? I could maybe. It might be just my microphone picking up the TV audio, but I'm not positive. I can turn my mic off and just chat if it's like more annoying than it's worth. But let me know. Okay. So this would be like, yeah, PS5 graphics are pretty good. The frame rates are pretty solid. Oh, I guess we should do some. I don't do. Okay, great. It's like we're in a cave. Well, okay, well, there we go. We'll make it fitting. The audio will make sense because we'll go to Kokomi's cave where it would normally be echoing anyway. Right? Wait, why is he here? What? Is there what? Why? What the hell? What was it? What the fuck was that? Alright. The freaky guy is gone. Alright, so now we're now we're echoing in a cave and it makes sense. Okay. Alright, now we'll pull for Kokomi. We'll get her quick. I got some gems and we'll load up till we get her. But we should be good. There we go. Well, that was quick. Alright. Oh god. What the fuck? What the fuck? Can you fucking believe that shit? We got the bell? What the fuck? We got the fucking bell? Oh my god. Well, pretty good first pull, guys. Feeling pretty good about that. That's pretty solid. I feel like that must be true because I just showed. I don't know if people will just join. I just showed my last pity was 2 back-to-back 5-stars. I got Raiden and Diluc, whatever, back-to-back. And Diluc came second, so it was like a free 50-50 win, right, for this. And then I just got another back-to-back with fucking Kokomi. What the? This was my first pull. This is 10 pulls in. I mean, obviously, I was close to pity, so it's not like I just got it like 4 in a row. That was, let me see. So I think I was on like 13 pages, and what are there, 6 in there? So I was pretty close to full pity. So it was like, I think we got up to like 70 something here, probably. So pretty close to pity, not like hard pity, but like pretty far in. And then, so we got back to back, got close to pity, and then got another back to back, and then won the 50-50. So here we go. We got our C1 Kokomi. No, it's not only a C1 Yoimiya, but I did get back to back Eulas too. So I've had pretty good luck on character pulls, to be frank. My weapon luck pretty shit. So we're gonna see me get our we're gonna get an R2 moon glow before I get my jade cutter probably, which is fine. It's fine. We'll take it. But you know, I mean, I feel like it's worth it now. Okay. Well, let's get. Again, I don't want the weapon. I have an R4 Skyward. I don't need this, frankly. So we're gonna try to get this. I am fresh on pity here. I am. Let's see. Oh yeah. Okay. So we are starting fresh here. I have C3 Eula. Which is already kind of too strong, frankly, for Eula. It's like a struggle to find things I can get the burst to go off and kill. But we'll, you know, maybe on the rerun we'll get C6 and then never have to worry about playing the game ever again. We'll just hit one button and win. All right, we're gonna get a J cutter though. Okay. Okay. This is about as expected here, right? This is 30? I don't need any of these 4 stars, by the way. I'm not like really pumped about any of these, but let's see how it goes. This is 40, I think. Sucrose. I think I have like C35 sucrose now. I want Jade Cutter. I don't want the dumb. I think this is 50. So I don't even know if my counting is off. Let's just do. Look, if I get bells, we're putting the bells in XP. We're gonna level up our Jade Cutter. Let's see here. I think this is 60. Is that right? We're gonna have to reload here a little bit. It's feeling like a bargain though that I got back to back. So I got back to back Kokomis. I feel like this is pretty. This is pretty cheap now. All right, let's get. I think this is 70. All right, well we got our donut. We got the donut. Okay. All right, we got C. Okay, we got C1 and the signature weapon. Getting the Jade Cutter though. That's where the donut was the trap. Okay. Alright, so now we're on 10. Starting fresh. Another stringless. Great. We're on 30. Let's throw another 100 in. We knew we needed the Jade Cutter. We knew that would be the expensive fucking thing. Okay. I hope to God my next, if I'm not gonna get the Jade Cutter next, it's fine as long as I get the Skyward Harp, which I need for Sarah. I need that. I somehow have an R4 Skyward Atlas, like an R3 Lost Prayer, R3 I cannot get a fucking harp. Okay. I think we're on 40. Is that right? Just 50 then? I think it's 60. There you go. All right. That's not that bad. That's not that bad. What we got? I think I put in 300, but then I think I still have some leftover gems here. So we got C1, Kokomi, signature weapon, and I got my jade cutter for that's like, I don't know, 250 or something. That's fine. I think that's fine. I'm not gonna say it's a bargain. We're not, I'm not gonna say, wow, that's cheap. But all right, let's see. All right, I guess I'll leave her C0 for a second. Why are you gonna take a shower? We're about to splash everyone with water, but it's fine. Okay, let's swap this stuff over, I guess. So we'll do, oh geez, all the trash. Oh yeah, we're not gonna, god damn it. Yeah, we're not gonna level this up right now. We're gonna use this for right now. And then, let's see, what's Barbara got on? There's this flower. And this feather. Then, okay. And then, where are we at? Here. There we go. Okay. What do we got? We got minus 87 crit, 180 recharge. Okay. We're looking good. Alright, we'll level up. We can't get all the way up, probably. I think we should be able to get to like 69 or so here. We'll see how we do. Oh man, come on. Alright. We'll see what, I don't know what I don't have enough of. I definitely have like 20 shy on the pearls. I don't know how many husks I need. Okay.
Brute force is not my modus operandi.
Okay. Great. Oh shit. We were counting on having to spend a little bit of money here so we could get some so we could get some of that. Let's there we go. Okay. Back where we were. Okay. How are we looking?
I'm just...
Okay. I don't really have a good team picked out yet. Here's what I'm thinking for right now. Where the hell is she? There we are.
We'll need a strategy.
We want to use Kazuha because we don't have a Hydro Goblet without taking it from Shinchu, but also this is a HP that's on set, so that's why we get that Tenacity set bonus. So we're going to leave Kazuha, and then we want Beto, and then between Raiden and Sarah, I mean, I think we know that there's like a bad overlap with Beto and Raiden. And then also we're lacking a lot of attack because you normally would run like a Bennett or something here. And so Sarah, I think, will be a good buff for Beto, since we're going to be using Beto a lot to do most of the damage here. I think buffing Beto with Sarah is going to be good. This is my thought process on this team here. There's obviously like official as an option. I think, I don't know. I think Sarah just looks cooler. We're just gonna go by aesthetics. That's enough for me. So, okay. Let's see. Just do a sound. Can you guys still hear me? Okay. Okay. I think we're gonna have to make some gems here. We just need a couple purple. Alright. Yeah, we're definitely going to be short on those. Okay. Okay. Still need some money here still. Okay, not bad. Alright. Not bad. And we're gonna need more money at some point here. Okay. Just gonna type this out. Okay. Here's what we got right now. I guess we may as well use these. Okay. Alright, so again, here's our final stats. Not final, but what we're gonna work with tonight. Again, we're gonna try a couple. We have this, which is only level 70, which surprisingly is already higher base attack than Prototype Amber. We'll try this out, knowing that the numbers won't make a ton of sense. But I do want to see like how much damage the jellyfish does, and I think this will do more AoE damage because of jellyfish, whereas the HP scaling will be good for the burst damage, but that's mostly single target. Let's have a look, actually. Right, so here's our jellyfish. This is just based on attack for damage. And then let's see here. This is Okay, so it's just HP as a damage bonus, and then while donning the ceremonial garment, get okay, so 15% on a healing bonus. It seems like the healing bonus will be, again, just mostly single target on the burst. Alright. So I know exactly where I want to try her out. We're going to go... I think a lot of people I've already seen really like, what are you going to use the walking on water for? And I mostly think it's overworld. I mean, well, it's obviously overworld shit. There's no water in the abyss. But there's enough islands and coastline where I think you can make use out of this. I also wanted to see something here. So we have, she scales on Hydro bonus. And we have some from the weapon. So we're at 42 already. So it's as if we had a cup on. And then we throw in Kazuo. Let's see what we get. Kazuo's like sub DPS build. He's not really like full support. Let's see here. So with Kazuo, we're at 67. So, and look, we're ready for that Dendro when it comes out. We got that 21%. So we're already pretty good. I think like a goblet will be better in the future, which we don't have for right now, which is fine. Oh, I'm gonna want to get her burst up actually. Let's do that. Oh shit.
Flash!
Into the wind. One with nature.
This is with almost 180 energy. Okay, and some people teleporting out of the jellyfish will be a big pain in the ass. Okay. Alright, great. Alright, we got a burst. Everyone's burst up. Okay. Alright. This would be a good first test, I think. Let's see. And we have C1, by the way, because you just joined. We have not turned it on yet. Okay.
Let's move out. Quiver!
Fallen leaves, adorn my night!
Storm the front! Eyes on me! Billowing surge! Let's move out.
That hurts! One with nature.
This guy going. Alright.
Flash!
Seems like the only real place to use her burst is like, again, coming out like over the water and seeing if you can like hold guys over there.
Glory to the Shogun! Haven't won yet!
Okay, that didn't work quite as well as I was hoping. You know, I think that's the only real use of it. Again, it's if you're just walking around Like you get in the overworld and there are enemies out here. I think if you could just fight them, I guess you can't do that. Walk out to the water here. Let's see if we can try that on a couple enemies out in a Zuma here. Like over here, I think there's some enemies by the water. Okay, let's try this out.
Let's move out.
Time to get as one with wind and cloud.
Eyes on me!
Let's go ahead and do
Billowing
this.
surge!
I don't really follow. They died too fast? Okay, well. Oh, her attacks take a long time to hit, huh? Interesting. And then let me try Beto with her. I didn't even look at that. Let's see if Beto must trigger when her attacks hit, which is kind of an interesting delay. Okay, let's try this one more time. So here's the damage. So we're doing like 5 to 1200 charge. This is about level 70 weapon still. Not using her burst.
To ashes!
Let's see here. Okay, so when it hits. Huh, okay.
Rest and rebuild!
Alright, then we'll try
No turning back!
Into the wind.
that C1 on the fire plant. Do you think 4-piece Hydra will be the way to go? How was your shower? You are late. Cool, thanks. You missed. We did get on accident. We got her. We got a C1 because we got 2 in 1 10 pull. So that's kind of lucky. We were close to pity, so it was guaranteed. Then we won 50-50 in the same pool. Then we went for Jade Cutter, which I'm going to put on Kazuha at some point when I level that up. It looks nice on him, I think. Could put it on Gina, but I mean, this looks so good on Gina. So we'll do the Jade Cutter, and then before we got the Jade Cutter, we got her signature weapon. So we were going to go for C0 and no weapon, and we got C1 and the weapon for almost no additional cost. We're doing fine. was a fine pull. I'm feeling pretty good about the pull. I know her C1 is a pretty big increase. We'll activate it after we try out her on the pyro plant. And again, sorry about the background. I live in an apartment in the city, and we got loud cars and shit. Sorry, that's getting picked up. So, I can't remember the number, but this seems like I think it was supposed to be like a 30% damage increase or something, like a pretty sizable increase. I mean, I see it says 30% of her max HP, but I think overall it's a pretty sizable DPS increase on her. I don't remember exactly how much that is, but we'll try out the burst, and we'll try this after. I mean, this is only during her burst. It's just kind of annoying, but we have only a level 70 weapon. We're not going to level this up right now. I do want to try the difference between the prototype Amber and the Skyward Atlas. If we were using the prototype Amber, we definitely wouldn't want an ER Sands. Don't really want an ER Sands. We would want HP, Hydro, healing, but we happen to have an HP on set with the Millilith. We happen to have an ER Sands and kind of need it, and we happen to have the healing bonus on that. So we have a pretty good, like, on-set pieces here that at some point I'll want to put into a 4-piece Hydro set, but the only Hydro pieces I have are for Mona, and that is a lot of crit, mostly. So it would be not really a great test to try out any of these pieces out. So for now, it was really between doing a really kind of shitty 2-piece Hydro, 2-piece Maiden, with a Hydro Cup. This is my second stream I've ever done, so I'm not like a big streamer. I just put out some dumbass videos, and then I'm not like an established streamer. I don't have a schedule, and there's not like a great way to schedule on PlayStation. I will at some point take streaming more seriously. I think I do like hanging out. I mostly run around and just bullshit anyway, so I might as well just do it, with the company of others. Yeah, only 4. We had 15 for like 10 minutes, but then, all the exciting stuff of getting Kokomi was done. It's a sandbox. You have to invent your own story, So, for those who joined late, we got C1 because we got back-to-back pull on her. We got her 2 in 1. I haven't activated the X3, and we're going to try it out. And I think for now, with the build that I have, this will be the best weapon. Again, it's only level 70. It's still, I think, going to be a decent build. The burst damage, you'll see, like, my numbers will be low, but one, because it's a weapon that's only level 70, and then when I get the right materials, I'll level it up. At some point, we'll try out her weapon, but I don't have the materials to level it up. But there's, I think, a lot of... Is the mic sound okay? Well, the mic is just the built-in controller mic on PlayStation. Oh, you know what? That's a good point. We have enough materials to level it up a little bit. I don't have a ton of books, but we'll get... Let's see. I don't know what the talent priority is. We probably want to do it pretty evenly for her. I think you would normally do her normals and her burst as a priority. But I think because my build is a lot higher attack than you would normally see on a Kokomi build, we're going to end up doing more jellyfish damage, which is AoE, which I actually think is a pretty overlooked point when people are making those showcases and build guides. They're largely looking at the burst damage. The burst damage is almost entirely single target, unless you throw in some charge attacks. But the jellyfish, I think, will do. I mean, it's not insignificant. And if we're doing, again, it's AOE damage, and it's 100% uptime, right? I think we're gonna have a pretty decent build. Again, we're gonna be relying on Kazuha for the Hydro bonus and the weapon. Our HP will definitely be lower. Again, we will have smaller numbers even when we level up Skyward Atlas. The numbers will be lower on her normal attacks during her burst normally, but they will be better than people's normal attacks outside of her burst, which wouldn't normally matter, except I do a lot of co-op, and in co-op it does matter, right? Because you're going to be using her even outside of her burst. So while I do think a 4-piece Hydro set will be better eventually, I don't think the overall stat breakdown here is super bad. I think I still would want more ER on substats. No, I'm a little shy on the Ascension materials. I need, and they're available today. I just don't have the resin to get it, which sucks. I need more of these things, which again are here today. And so maybe tonight, if I can get lucky, I have a few of them. I can make, I think, like 2 more purple ones. So if I got enough resin, then maybe. Otherwise, I gotta wait till Friday. It's not too bad. We're not gonna do her signature weapon is so close in a lot of ways to the prototype Amber, at least as far as builds go. I think I'll be just looking at the Skyward versus prototype Amber until I make a decision on whether or not I want to do the like theory crafter's recommendation build. But I think that that's a bad build for, again, like co-op and for overall damage, again, because I do think I don't think I've seen a single guide mention just the big gap in AoE damage that you would get by having more jellyfish damage, especially if you're going to use her as like an off-field support. And again, for co-op, you're going to use her outside of her burst, and all of those bonuses from HP and we'll use the moon weapon. Well, you can't use the moon weapon. Doesn't heal. The reason why prototype Amber works on Lisa is because it heals. It is its own device that heals. It creates a heal that then you can buff the heal using the maiden set for Lisa. I've already pilfered some pieces from Lisa to do Kokomi's build. So Lisa is now a lot more of a sub DPS healer. She heals like half what she used to heal, which is fine. I run her with Zhongli anyway. But this weapon won't work for Lisa again because it boosts healing, but it doesn't heal. You know what I mean? So it really only works on Kokomi and no one else. And so I'm not in a huge hurry to level it up. So again, for my taste here, it's between the Skyward Atlas and Prototype Amber, and I do think that Prototype Amber would give you more, maybe not more, but similar, single target damage during her burst, which is how most people would use her. Yeah, I have a Twitch account with like 8 people on it. I think I'll probably use Twitch sometimes. I don't have any streaming plans. I don't have a schedule or set topics that I want to stream. It's pretty random right now. I have not like a great setup. I mean, I'm just in my living room on my PlayStation. I have a computer that would be much more, I think, facilitating to stream from. Again, it has a nice headset, and I have camera and everything. But for here, and yeah, I saw that. I guess this is technically a voice reveal. It's not because I'm trying to hide my voice. I just am lazy. And again, I edit all my videos using a controller on PlayStation, and I don't have a mic, but there's a built-in mic on my controller, which I guess I just didn't really discover, but it always kind of just overlooked that it exists. But I do think I have some plans for Twitch that I have a friend who we're always looking for good reasons to. Our favorite hobby is to just get the worst co-op games and just play through them, and just it's almost like Mystery Science Theater for us. So we might do some of that on Twitch, and then try to keep YouTube mostly my high quality Genshin content. But yeah, but anyway, so back to the builds again. I'm mostly like when I'm at a resin, which is like 15 minutes into my day, I will mostly co-op bosses, and I have some friends that I'll co-op with, and I've noticed a trend that Sarah and Raiden and Kokomi are all significantly, I think, better and stronger in co-op. And for a co-op build, I think you would want something like the Skyward Atlas as opposed to this, which again is almost entirely boosting the damage within the burst window. And again, you're going to have a lot of downtime on that burst, so I'm actually feeling pretty good about my accidental build, which came from, again, just really shit luck. Again, I do want to get like similar pieces to this in the Hydro set, probably. But I'm not feeling like it's a super big rush to do that. I do think we're going to have plenty of Hydro bonus from the weapon and from Kazuha for when I'm doing solo play. That sounds like a euphemism, but when I mean playing the game alone. Then, and when we're doing co-op, I think that this will give plenty of damage during the burst, but then also, because of this weapon, plenty of just straight up damage when I'm not in the burst. And we have 180 energy recharge because of the sands, so we'll have the burst back up. Which, the interesting thing about co-op is that there's no downtime where you're not on the field, so you're always looking orbs. But I find that it is extremely it's really unsteady energy generation. Usually when you're doing a rotation by yourself, right, you use your burst and then you cycle through skills and you'll funnel to who you want to funnel to. But when you're doing co-op, the energy doesn't come when you want it to come. So orbs might come your way while your burst is still there. And again, you can't really plan to have a Hydro battery or plan to have a Pyro battery if you want to use a Pyro character. You had that, and then you have characters like Ganyu. When someone's playing Ganyu, they just like never use their skill. They just hide in the back the entire time and like not generate a single orb. You really can't count on your teammates to generate energy for you. Yeah, I'm using PS5 to stream. Yeah, what we're really just gonna test out here, and we'll use Kazuha because we're gonna be, again, pretty reliant on Kazuha to make up the Hydro damage bonus that we're lacking by not running a Hydro Cup. So I'll use Kazuha both times, and again, we're gonna just try out the wrong version of what? The wrong version? What do you mean? Barb? Shabarb? This is not the PS5. This is the PS5 version. Does it say PS4 on, like, YouTube or something?
Their publishing house has released numerous works that lay out military strategy in a simple and pragmatic way. Those are my favorite.
Yeah, this is the PS5 version. Do you not? What makes you think this is not the PS5 version? Oh, this is PS4. Is this PS4? Oh man, I'll check. Whatever, we got this. We'll try this. Let's see if we have the wrong version. Anyway, let's try this. We'll do this.
Fallen leaves, adorn my night!
No, I don't know if we can score this. Well, look, we'll get it even better then. I forgot this thing is Pyros. It's gonna get kind of annoying to swirl Kazuha here. Okay, so we're doing 8, 11. Okay. Is the PS5 version new? Maybe it was only the PS4 when I started. This thing is so annoying. Okay.
Uphill battle.
So we were doing like what, 8? Oh, we didn't try a charge shot. Let's try that. Oh God.
One with nature.
Okay, so 8 to 11, and then charge is 18. Okay. That's not in the burst, just reset him. It's gonna be annoying. We're gonna use Kazuha for now. Alright, maybe that's why. Okay. I thought I had the PS5 version, but maybe I just had the PS4 version the whole time and the PS1 or PS5 version came out. That's cool. I actually think the graphics already look pretty good, so if it's if there's an even better version, that's exciting. Okay. So now
Allow me.
I can't remember if we did that with Kazuha, so we're gonna do this without Kazuha. Okay, so God damn, and 12. Okay, yes, we did have Kazuha before. It's like 18 with Kazuha, 12 without for charge. Okay. Well, see, maybe we shouldn't use the PS5 version because the long load times make the resin last longer, right? We'll just get through shit faster if we have no load times. Okay, so now we're gonna do with the burst. We still have C1. We haven't activated C1 yet, and her HP is. That's another good reason, actually, because we are not gonna use. I'm not planning super heavily to use her signature weapon ever. We probably. I mean, it seems kind of a waste to not do it, but that is one thing we'll have to try when we level this fully up. Is the damage with the extra HP that you get from the HP weapon? The C1 damage will be higher than we get when we test this out here. But that's fine. Alright, we're gonna try the burst again. We're still no C1. And let's just see.
Rest and rebuild. Covenant of the deep.
So we're doing 4,000. Okay. Alright, so 4,000 in the burst.
Allow me.
And we still, by the way, just in case anyone's just joined, we're only using a level 70 weapon, so it's not as bad as it looks. It can be, of course, better, but alright. I want to get our burst back, actually. She definitely does have some energy concerns.
Let's move out.
Again, this is with almost 180 energy, and it's fine. This is, I think, totally fine, but I wouldn't actually want less than that, except if you're using this, which gives some energy, or Prototype Ember, which gives some energy. I don't know what the ER you'd want for those is, but the energy is Yeah, I mean, I think if you were running Skyward, which is pretty good damage and a decent option, especially higher refinements where you get that Hydro bonus, I really think you want to do an energy recharge Zanzir. I haven't really seen people suggest that, but I really think you do. Okay, so we're going to activate our C1 now, and to see... Hey, take it easy. Thanks for joining, Yesent. If we can see how much extra damage we're getting here. So this is just... There's no way to buff that damage except with... I'm guessing just hydro damage, right? So... doesn't look like it's going to get buffed by her burst or anything like that.
Wind strike.
Alright, we only get it during her burst. I think it's the 7,000? Okay. So that's actually like a pretty big jump. It's a little bit like,
Let's move out.
it's actually interestingly a little bit like Mona's, if you're not familiar with Mona's constellations. It's pretty similar to Mona's C2, actually. Whoops. So, Mona C2 gives a 20% chance that you get a free charge attack, which is pretty similar. We were seeing one, I think the charge attack was 5,000 something, and the C1 damage was 7,000 something, but maybe it was the other way around, I'm not really sure, but they're not that far off each other. So you're roughly getting basically the equivalent to like Mona's C2, which is a 20% chance, but I think you're getting this on every third hit, is that right? On the final normal attack, and it's 3-hit string. It's not exactly a the equivalent of like a 1 in 3 chance, right? Because it's a little bit of a longer animation for that third hit. So it's actually pretty similar to Mona's C2, but less RNG based. That's all that. I think it would be similar to, and interestingly enough, built into this build, we could do it where we could kill the Hydro cube, but then we couldn't kill the I forget what they're called, the seeds or whatever, the droplets. The physical damage would get the health of the cube down, but we wouldn't get the reaction that we need to break the like shields on those droplets. You could beat the ocean head. Could beat the ocean head. And this is the weapon I would use to do it. It's a pretty side, like R4 Skyward, especially after we level this up. I do think that I am leaning toward using this over the prototype Amber or the Moon Glow. I guess would be the optimal choice here. Plus, I don't want to take this from Lisa. I do want to try then before we swap this out. So the normal attacks actually outside of her burst are going to be stronger using this by like kind of a lot. It is a little bit more base because it's 5-star. It's only level 70. It's level 85. But then also we have a 21% Hydro bonus plus the proc. This will give nothing except for no, I'm not free to play. This will give you nothing outside of her burst. So outside of her burst, this is 100% better in like every respect, except for healing amount, I guess. But let's use this for just a second, and this will give us more at 31,000 HP versus 26,000. So we're getting like 20% more HP which is like 20% more on that proc, which is a pretty big proc. So it's not an insignificant change to do this. Let's see what we can get from
Let's move out.
from that C1 proc using this weapon.
Allow me.
Time to go.
So we're just getting... Wait, what was 30k? I didn't actually see what do we get? Oh, is that the HP we're talking about? 31,000 HP.
Let's move out.
Okay. And I don't really know for sure, but I think the bonus on Moonglow would be higher. And this also has the healing bonus. Electro Traveler. I don't know. The huge problem with Electro Traveler is basically, well, one, it's single target. Two, if you use Electro Traveler to battery, like, let me put it this way: you frankly kind of need another Electro with the main character to battery the main character to allow them to battery another character. Otherwise, you need to use the Electro main character's skill and then pick up their own skill energy with themselves, right? To then let you use their bursts on another character. And that all just takes a lot of field time, and again, it's single target. The times, and I have a video where I tried this out with Yoimiya, there's an interesting, I think, use case for an elemental mastery build Electro Traveler if you like don't have any other options for whatever reason, using with a Pyro DPS, because they're the only Electro off-field. This was before Raiden, right? But I think that the main character is always kind of the like dollar store version of the Archon. So the fact that the Archon is just better in every way, I think is expected. But before Raiden, they were the only off-field that could be the reliable trigger for Overload. So you could never really decide who would get the Elemental Mastery for Electro reactions. Typically, if you use Yoimiya with Beto and Fischl, Yoimiya would end up being the trigger, and so you don't want to build Elemental Mastery on her because her damage is actually good. But what I found with the Electro Traveler is their damage is actually just really bad. You can't really boost. Fischl won't trigger. Fischl will actually, because you'll be using probably her with Beto. If you're using only Fischl and Yoimiya, it seems like you would obviously have Yoimiya shoot, trigger Fischl, and so Fischl will always be the trigger. That's actually not how it works because Fischl's Oz also shoots on his own, so Fischl actually overtakes Yoimiya as the aura. And so even with just Fischl, Yoimiya becomes the overload trigger. It's really only Electro Traveler and Raiden who you can depend on being the overload trigger. That would make them theoretically buildable with Elemental Mastery. And interestingly, they both also have really just kind of shit multipliers on those off-field skills that make Elemental Mastery actually viable to me. But only, again, like in certain instances, because again, I think you do more damage using Beto and Fischl than using Electro Traveler. And if you use another Electro, they no longer become the reliable trigger, so you can't use any other. Okay, but anyway, I'll try to talk while I'm playing. But the gist is basically that like using EM on them. And this is the prototype Amber now, by the way. I need to get my burst back up first.
Wind Strider.
But the problem with that like EM build up again is it makes it harder to. I'm gonna reset that. It makes it harder to build them for EM if you're building for ER also. So the time I would use Electro Traveler basically is using Yoimiya with like Venti, Electro like main character,
Rebuild.
and like no other Electro. And fine then, I would say, but I still would say use Raiden.
Billowing surge.
All right, let's do it. So 3. It's like 5. Okay. Looks like we're doing more damage with just Skyward, even in the burst. Am I wrong about that? Let's try that again. I can't remember if I was using Kazuha or not. We know we'll do more with that, but let me get the ult back, and then we'll try it again.
Hold the line.
If we're doing more damage in the burst with a level 70 Skyward over the level 85 prototype Amber. Hide my what? Oh. The only thing you can do with my UID is add me as a friend. And I just won't accept it probably because my list is full already. It's not really much you can do with it. Alright, we got our burst back. Okay, we're gonna try this again. We haven't leveled up our talents yet. They're still a level 1. We have enough to level them up a little bit. But we just want to compare for now anyway. And again, the only thing we have to compare right now really is 70 Skyward and 85 Amber. The Amber's pretty close to the signature weapon in like everything, basically. It's like just a slightly worse version of it. Still has the same stats and does roughly the same thing. Doesn't have the healing bonus, but it's not that big of a healing bonus.
Rest and rebuild.
Okay. We're gonna try this again. So this is the burst.
Covenant of the deep.
Just gonna do charge attack. 3,700. Okay. Alright. I think we got what we need to know. Thanks, appreciate the kind words. I do have Aloy. She kind of sucks a lot. She's free. Maybe once we get constellations, she'll be better. My guess, I think the game comes out in like February, so maybe they'll do constellations in like February, closer to the release of the game. All right, so this is level 70. Maybe. And again, we're just gonna get our ult back first, and then we'll try that again. So I'm not positive if Aloy will stay bad, but it's pretty bad. I know that you can use her as like, burst. Just need one more particle.
Hold the line.
Okay. I guess we can just knock her down. Alright, so this is now Skyward. This is already stronger in I think the C1 proc is a little bit smaller, which is expected, but not like that much smaller. But her attacks are doing more damage with an unascended level 70 Skyward versus level 85 prototype Amber. So that would mean that like this will be a little bit better than the prototype Amber. But my biggest concern was that this doesn't have the HP that this does, which is obviously a huge source of bonus. But obviously it has the elemental damage bonus here in the attack. I'm really strongly thinking that, again, plus if you're using this in co-op and not going off field outside of a burst, I would 100% recommend the Skyward Atlas over her signature weapon. If you're playing solo and more of your damage is coming purely from your burst phase, right? You'd only swap her in, use the burst, and then swap her out. then I think this takes over. But I think for now, the way I plan on using her, which is in mostly co-op, and just doing like kind of fucking around shit, I actually think that this Skyward is a better weapon, which I've seen 0 people recommend. But I think this is actually better, like legitimately better. And then also, if you were going to swap her into like a freeze comp or something, where you're mostly using her for her jellyfish, one you would probably use Thrilling Tales. But for whatever reason, let's say you weren't, this would be better than the Moonglow or Prototype Amber for that. So I think if you're sitting on a Skyward Atlas because it doesn't have crit, like I have been by using either Lost Prayer or Widsith, this is why I have an R4 Skyward that's been level 70 forever. This is, I think, the person to use it with. I think this is actually... Look, I'm not going to say every theory crafter is wrong, but I do think that this is better for her than, in most instances, than her signature weapon again, because just I'm going to keep saying this over and over again. Her jellyfish damage is AoE, and her attacks, which would get benefits from that, are single target, primarily. But if you're doing charge attacks, let me put it this way. You would benefit more from the charge attacks using the Moonglow, but if you do charge attacks, you don't get to use her C1. So once you have C1, you never use her charge attacks, which means it's even worse for her to use her signature weapon in her burst phase. Like the bonus would only be single target, versus her jellyfish, which is not like huge damage, but the more enemies there are, the more damage it does, right? You're right, you know how that would scale up, versus doing single target damage. Now, if you're talking about bosses, of course, like, that would be a good, like, trade-off to use the Moonglow for that. But, I really think people are overlooking both the AoE damage and the time that you're not in the burst, especially if you're ever going to like use her in co-op or anything. I really think her HP weapons are not good options for that. And I think you really want to use a Skyward if you have it. And the problem with Dodoko would be, again, if you have C1, you're not using charge attacks. There was, I think, I don't have it, but I think the Battle Pass weapon is normal attacks. If you were going to do a meme build Kokomi with like crit and do the Blizzard Sure, that would maybe work. The problem with crit Kokomi is you'd be giving up all of your stats to get crit, including crit damage to get crit, and so the opportunity cost is just too high. It doesn't seem at all worth it to me. Someone asked like what my overall thoughts on Kokomi are so far, and I'm going back and forth between saying Kokomi and Kokomi. Is she's like I think she's fine. I think she's like going Mia in a way where like my take on it is like people who talk shit about her aren't like wrong. I don't think that like people are wrong about Kokomi. I don't think they're wrong about like her damage potential. But my take on it is just like, I mean, we'll just take her in Abyss real quick and just see how we do. But like, it's just not like it's just not like a particularly hard game. I mean, I hate to say it, but it's just like you're not gonna struggle to clear shit. You're not gonna like. There's no leaderboards you're gonna get on top of. There's not a real meta in this. This is like put in like a community post. It's like if you like her, you roll for her, which I know is what people would say. But also like I mean, people will also say, but like from a meta perspective, don't pull for her. Which again just means like if you're really struggling in Abyss, that like she won't help you get through it. But it's not like any character will really do that. You just give it 2 more weeks and you build her up and she will. Like it's just not like a big it's just not a big like hurdle. There's not like Again, if there were PvP or a time trial, the times when it matters is when you're doing like speed runs. And if you want to be in the top tier speed run, you're gonna have to drop 20k on the game because other people are dropping 20k on the game, and so then you're really in a race with yourself. In which case, like, my perspective on it is like just pick a character you like and you like have fun playing and you want to use, and you can make them good. You can make any character good. That's why I main Jean and it's fine. I clear Abyss just fine because Jean does enough damage to clear and it's fine. Should do 11 or 12. I'm gonna do. I feel like we should just. I think we'll do. I'm not. Let's see. This is. We'll do 11. I guess she's a healer, right? So we'll do 11. Should be fine here. Who do we want to use? We'll use her. Can we use her in the first half? Second? Okay. Let's just do this. We'll run through quick, and then I don't have like a great like sense of like narrating this. I think it'll be pretty straightforward. I don't think we'll have like a ton of challenge like clearing shit, frankly. But we'll see here. Let's do. Who should we use? I don't even remember. Let's use that, and I don't know. Let's use Mona. I'm not really like doing a ton of role planning here. So let's use the team I was going to use her with was, and we're using again. We're using a level 70 weapon. She's level 70. Her talents are level 1. Hu Tao's good. I don't. You can ask for yourself. She's right there. I think she's fine. I have Yoimiya, which I really like Yoimiya. I know she's not popular, but that would mean I will pass on Hu Tao again. But there's no denying she's good. I will also pass on Ganyu. I don't really have any need for Ganyu either, you know. Oh shit! I was gonna use. Hang on, we're gonna use Kazuha with. I forgot. We're using Kazuha with Kokomi. Let's see here. Just redo that here. So we're gonna use Venti, and then same team. Otherwise, we'll use. Oh, here we'll do this. Okay, and then we'll do Kokomi. We'll do Kazuha. We'll do Beto. Oops, wrong Beto. And then Sarah. One wish will be all you need to get C6 somehow. Look, I don't believe in rituals, but we went to the Hydro Cube Cave, and we summoned, in the first 10 pull, we got 2 Kokomis in one 10 pull. So, look, is that a scientific result? Yeah, it is. Okay. So, we'll roll with this. Should be fine. Let's just cruise through. Has anyone? I know it's like leaks. I don't know if you're worried about spoilers, but is it confirmed that like I know Child is like confirmed that like he's coming next patch. Was Hu Tao similarly like in the same way?
Here we go. Think you can get away?
Decided by destiny. Illusion shattered. Go and fly.
Brace yourself.
Yeah, Child's getting a new bow at least. I kinda, if I don't get a Skyward Harp by the time Child comes out, I'm gonna try to talk, so I'm not gonna be worried about like rotation. We're just gonna kill shit. But the bow seems fine for Sarah if I don't get a Skyward.
There is no escape.
Delve into destiny.
Yeah. Okay.
Yahoo! Think you can get away?
I swear by my sword.
Alright, so your moment of Okay, here we go. Moment of truth here. She's level 70. Level 70 weapon. Oh wait, can you? No, you can't. Level 70 weapon, level 1 talents. She's C1. She's using a very kind of like non-traditional build. You'll see her numbers lower than most because she's not using 4-piece Hydro, which will round out her damage outside of her burst. Okay. Let's see how we do here.
Clouds high. The birds call into the wind.
Strike! Power that ended hunt!
Billowing surge! A brash maneuver! Resting.
Flash! Glory to
The wind knows me.
Covenant of the deep!
Healing seems fine. There's like a lot of damage happening, right?
Allow me!
It's gonna be hard to swirl Hydro, unfortunately. All the pyro shit around.
eyes on me!
Fallen leaves.
Maybe we see Electro? There you go. And again, this is with 180 ER. She's still not getting her burst back up right away.
Torrent, bring refuge!
Eh.
Into the wind.
Strike! Storm the front!
So far fine. Oh yeah, if they release Homa with Hu Tao, Staff of Homa might be good on like fucking everybody. I don't know when they're releasing Toma, but I think Staff of Homa will be really good on Toma, which is Staff of Toma, right? I think you'll have a shield that scales on HP, right? Oh, healing. Alright, here we go.
Go as one!
You're open.
Brace yourself. Time for takeoff.
Shine down!
Yahoo!
Barbados, join us. Here we go! Written in the stars. Inazuma shines eternal!
Yahoo!
There's no way.
I swear by my sword! There is no escape!
Think you can get away? Let me scribe. Decided by destiny.
Alright. I kind of think, depending on how much damage Toma's, like, burst does, I know it's, like, on attack, right? You can see it working with, like, Kokomi even pretty well. If it does enough damage to, like, reverse vaporize or whatever. I kind of get the sense it's just kind of, like, bonus damage, so maybe it would be better for, like, triggering overload or something, but that's kind of situational. Okay, let's do this.
What's one with nature?
Flash!
That tingle?
To ashes!
Covenant of the deep!
Be a lesson like pretty much any character can be good if they're just driving Beta. That's my overall take so far on Kokomi.
Quiver! No turning back!
Into the wind. Time to go. Clouds high. The birds call. The wind knows.
Power that ended Python!
Billowing surge!
It's too far, so it's not bouncing, which is not shit.
Strike! Storm the front!
It's over.
Into the wind.
Allow me!
One with wind and cloud. The wind knows me.
Eyes on me!
Turtle, bring refuge!
She's been keeping up fine. Again, she's not like fully built to heal. She doesn't have all the HP.
Rest and rebuild!
Into the wind.
She got a lot more attack than you might otherwise see.
Wrong test subject.
So far we're doing just fine. Again, level 70, talents, C1. It's not her signature weapon, it's a Skyward. It's an R4 Skyward though, be real about it. Okay. This is only floor 11, but this is,
Here we go!
in my opinion, I don't know if you'll disagree, but I think this is
Gliding behind.
harder than floor 12, but I guess it's the DPS check at floor 12.
Time for takeoff.
Let me swim! Written in the stars! Yahoo!
Wind, hear me!
Oh. Brace yourself! Think you can get away? Wouldn't gliding be faster?
How sneaky he is with his like ring around him.
Yahoo!
Torn to oblivion!
One after another. Let's play! Time for takeoff.
Shine down!
Fate is upon you.
Barbados, guide us!
So far heals are fine too, right?
Flash! Glory to ashes!
Clouds high. The birds.
Covenant of the deep.
Pretty good floor for the two of them here.
The wind knows me.
Quiver! Storm the...
Oh, come on! Got like stun locked there. Alright, fine. We actually wanted to try it without her, so... yes, we're just gonna try it. On purpose, of course. Just Kokomi. Alright.
Into the wind.
Hold the line.
Okay, now let's see if we can get him to come back over here.
Fallen leaves.
Great.
Adorn my night. One with nature.
I willingly yield.
Okay.
The wind knows me.
I got it sometimes this game. Alright.
Let's move out. Rest and rebuild.
Alright, we did fine. So we got 9 stars. Talents are still level 1, and is what? So, her damage, you're, like, I mean, I spent a lot of money, but you, you should still do more damage than mine, even with the R4, because it's only level 70. A level 90 weapon should get you more damage, probably. And, or at least pretty similar. It was pretty similar to this. And her artifact set is pretty trash. So, you should do more damage with your Kokomi than my Kokomi, I think. Oh, he's not, like, wailed out. He's C2, he's not built full EM. He is built 600 EM. We have a present for him that we got tonight. So his crit is pretty trash, 45 and 130, and 106 ER is fine because he's C2, so he gets that like extra energy. But he will have better crit soon because we got him the Jade Cutter today. So we will have a better Kazuha pretty soon. But he doesn't boost as much, but he probably does more damage than you would do building full EM. So if you're just looking at his damage, mine will do more like green damage numbers than your average Kazuha that's like 100% EM build. But then he buffs less. So that's the trade-off. He's got an Animo, right? So he's EM Animo, EM. Oh, that's a pretty good crit damage here. So I don't know, you can weigh your damage based on that. I wouldn't say like he's like wailed out. He's fine. Maybe when he has a Jade Cutter, it will seem to be. So, yeah, that was a pretty lucky draw. That to be able to kind of build crit damage while still having decent EM was pretty lucky. Not gonna lie on that. So far, the character that seems most wailed out, and frankly is like, but also based on just artifact luck, is Raiden here, who just had insane luck. Like, if you're not familiar with like crit value, what you basically do, because you get double the crit damage as you do crit rate, frankly. So like, when you talk about crit value, you would look at the total crit but double the crit rate. So you look at this, and we're looking at 45 crit value here. It's just an insane piece. This is like probably my best piece. And then just like pretty straightforward, just like good all around pieces for the most part. Nothing like, I don't know, you would say like god roll, but like they're pretty good pieces. And then, yeah, I mean, this would be, I mean, you could probably get like 30 some odd crit damage and stuff here, but like, I don't need as much crit damage because she runs with Sarah, so it would get to 70, 185 with Zara. So my Raiden build, when I run her with Sarah, is like perfect in my opinion. The attack, the ER is just like I feel done with like Raiden. Jean is my main, who I love, but like I cannot for the fucking life of me get a good Animo piece. It's so fucking frustrating. But you know, someday we'll get there. 17% crit rate is really high, and it's on an attack Sans. That's great. My Sans luck is really fucking shit. I don't know, but anyways, you see, we got 9 stars with a level 70 Kokomi, with a level 1 Skyward without her like desired artifact set, with not like insane good stats, again with ER, HP, healing, C1, and then level 1 talents, which I guess we should level these up now. We probably want to do a pretty... Any theory crafters in the room? I think you want to do a pretty even split with her normal attack and burst. This seems to just add on additively, right? So it seems like you pretty much need to level these together. But because of my build, I'm getting more jellyfish damage, so I think I just basically need to get them all roughly evenly leveled. But let me know if that's not the way someone else would see it. We'll do this first. And do the easy ones. Do the burst. What else we got? We'll kind of go in that order. 1, 2, 3. See how far we can get. We're out of Mora. We're broke. We're broke people. Position consideration of the dude. Yeah, that Lalatrol in the freeze one is so annoying because it just constantly has the like damaging AoE around it, where it's like I don't know, man. Sometimes you wonder, you're like, when you designed this, did you try it? You know, MiHoYo? Like, did you try this out? And like, when you do like Crimson Witch or some shit, and you're just like, man, did you like have her teleport like 4 times in a row on you, wasting like every single burst and skill? That was like my experience. I don't know. Anyway, why don't we try her in Azda? We're gonna see if we can heal through his stomps. This is a pretty easy heal through for like Jean and Bennett. Look at his face tank. See that Electro Mage hula hoop thing that he does? It's a real pain in the ass. Yeah. It's not, do you know that section where the like 3-card Monty chess guy is in the water, where there's an Ice Mage and an Electro Mage in the water, where you're both frozen and electrocharged like the entire time? It's just, dear God. Oh man, I don't know. Before we start, I'm gonna grab. We're gonna take 2 minutes. I'm gonna take a piss and grab a beer.
To survive hardship, you must prepare for hardship.
Okay, I'll be right back, folks. what I miss. I'll start in a second here. Sure. I don't know if the history is up yet. As you can see, we had really good luck. We got back-to-back great stuff here. We got the Bell and Kokomi. And another Kokomi also. So we got pretty good pulls here. That was pretty close to pity, but we got back-to-back. We could get more. I don't. Oh, there's probably a delay. You'll probably see the wish history in like 5 seconds. I think the voice probably comes through before the video. I'm not positive, but it'll probably show up. I'll check it. I'll pop it back up. I flashed through pretty quick here. It's split between 2 pages here. So we had the first one, and then like 4 pulls later. Yeah, Drifty. I think the let me see. It should be. It'll pop up in a second, I think. Oh no, it doesn't. Oh shit. Okay, you're right. I'm looking at the screen now. It doesn't show. It's like a pop up, so I guess it just doesn't show. Sorry, that sucks. Oops. On my screen, yeah, I see it. But yeah, it's never pop up, so it doesn't show it on the screen. That sucks. But anyway, we got her in 10 pulls. Oh my god, I forgot. We have some things that give us. This is not a real event. This is kind of bullshit. This is not a real event. This makes it look like there's stuff going on. This is not a real event. We can get. Is there more out of this? It's 15K. And then her quest, right? Because our limiting factor now is we have no Mora. We have 23K Mora. Oh, we can level that up. Okay, where are we at here? Self-run. We have 5,000 Mora. So we could do, yeah. All right, this is good enough. So again, for anyone who just joined, we're doing. We got level 70 Kokomi here with a level 70 Skyward Atlas with, I think, a usable, if unorthodox, set here. And then T1 and Talents are 334. Pretty good for deciding pretty last minute that I would pull for and not really preparing for. So, you know, this is what we have available. we'll max her out and probably get her a 4-piece Hydro set next week. But for now, I want to know if she can heal through his stomps, pretty much, and then we'll try her out as we shit. I don't know if I want to be that guy that brings like a level 70 character. I guess level 70 out of 80 is not that bad into co-op, but maybe we could try some co-op with her. I do think she'll be better in co-op. I do think a lot of the criticisms for Kokomi, Sarah, and to an extent Raiden, but definitely Sarah and Kokomi, are that they're just actually just so much better in co-op. Oh, that thing just dropped right there, huh?
No turning back! Eyes on me!
As one with wind and cloud!
Allow me.
Alright, so this thing to.
A rash maneuver.
No! I mean, she got a lot of health.
Fatigue is
She
setting in.
can really stank it.
Today, you witness your reckoning!
Okay, alright. So far, so good. So again, even this is 180 energy recharge.
Time to go. Into the wind.
Yeah, it's pretty annoying that he has like
Flash!
cutscenes in the middle of his shit, right?
One with nature.
By the way, you can jump with Kazuha. You didn't know? Dodge that shit with Kazuha? He's so good.
There is no atonement for 1,000-year pain!
A rash maneuver.
I did not time that well. Okay.
Strike!
You stand upon your tomb!
I think her jellyfish cooldown is long. You really gotta like time out when you use it and when you reset it, and I'm just not thinking it through at all right now.
Into the wind.
Oh, she died? Damn.
Power that ended Python!
There you go, don't forget she is frozen.
One with nature. Fallen leaves. Adorn my.
Oh, that's a good touch, by the way. If you miss the hatch notes, by the way, if you were
Will not
in an animation like that, your shield will still take damage, and so you'd still get that damage over time using an iframe. But now, even with Beto's shield, it'll block that damage over time because the shield is also invincible. That is a great new addition, by the way, to the game. That like not only buffs like Zhongli and Diona, but like Xinyan, Beto, like any of those. Even if you were just using like Albeto's like crystallized shields, as long as you were shielded and then you use an iframe, you won't have to dot, which is, I think, a great improvement. Dude, the Hydro one is pretty fucking annoying. Because, right, if you're standing out here, the balls could, in theory, still spawn on you. Which is just hyper annoying.
Time to go.
The thing I think makes the most... I mean, you could take your chances. On the outer edge, you have the least likely chance of it spawning on you, right? And if you're, like, here, there's, like, a 20% chance that thing will just spawn inside of you. But if you look over here, there's like wherever he stands, like this. You can kind of see the rocks on the ground here, right? Is kind of like my like totem that I look for here to mark the center of the map. So if you stand right here, Charles, he's technically an archer. He doesn't really use his bow that much. If you stand right here, the water won't spawn on you, it'll spawn around you. But the problem, of course, is that you're like right next to the boss at that point. So it's kind of like a trade-off, but I just like want to compare, like I'll just show you, like, you know, she's level 70 and her weapons aren't fully leveled and shit, but like to say like Bennett, right? Just a comparison. I'm just gonna stand in, standing in the stomps. I know that you can dodge. I'm just not going to dodge. Just want to point that out.
You dare overstep your mortal authority?
Why do they never miss? I'm going in! Quiver!
Yeah, you know, it's funny. I have Child. I just haven't really built him. My understanding is you like shoot one or two enemies, right? And then
Off we go.
and then go into melee form, basically.
That's gonna hurt in the morning. Let's light it up. Ugh. Adventure, this is just
Oh, come
right.
on.
Ugh.
I'm trying to demonstrate the healing here.
Today, you witness your reckoning.
Forgot to get this burst up. Yeah, everyone will get Aloy soon, right?
There is no escape. Flash. Storm the front. Teamwork is strength. Strike. Now you shall perish.
There is no atonement for 1,000-year pain.
Shine down. Everybody stand out. Could it break?
Really doing a bad job here. Demonstrating the healing. I keep forgetting to set the healing down before he does the stomp. But Bennett can heal through that if you timed it out and you actually dropped it before he stomps, which I didn't do.
Flash.
Which Kokomi can kind of do if you were to, like, you know, time that out.
Oh, this'll hurt.
Strike. I am defeated. Shattered, torn to oblivion. Detached from the...
Alright. We're gonna try that one more time, and we're gonna actually use his heal when we need to use the heal. I think Bennett is actually annoyingly a better healer than Kokomi, which sucks. I might change my mind when when she's fully built, I might change my mind. But for right now, her jellyfish, right, is the thing that has like the full uptime. Her burst does not have full uptime, right? So you really need like either her burst to be up all the time, or you need the jellyfish to be able to heal through shit. So the jellyfish, if you're in co-op Bennett, right? Like Bennett isn't just a normal target heal in co-op, right? Whereas I think like Kokomi's best use case is co-op, which is right kind of an issue because Bennett can heal everybody in co-op, right? So it's kind of an issue for Kokomi, I'd say. Kokomi and Shinshu.
Adventure.
Yeah, he has the Hydro Shredded.
That's gonna hurt.
What is it? Is that his C2, right?
Illusion shattered. I'm going in. Time for a light show.
We did floor 11 actually. If you join, we 9-starred floor 11 with level 70 Kokomi with level 1 talents, level 70 weapon. Kokomi was fine. Again, Beta was doing most of the damage, which is right, like what you normally would expect.
The enraged earth will not absolve you!
Let's light it up.
Forgetting it.
Everybody stand back.
This is Bennett with a Pyro Cup even. I used to have an HP on him. So he has ER, Pyro, healing. But I found that I didn't really need that much healing, so I went with a Pyro Cup just to get a little bit more damage out of him. But even with this and not the HP, right, he was still able to heal through those stomps.
You witness your reckoning!
So, right, his burst is a better healing platform than the jellyfish, which kind of knew that going into it, right? But
turning back. Illusion shattered. Here we go. Impossible. Adventure time. Teamwork is dreamwork.
Atonement for 1,000-year pain.
Inazuma shines eternal.
Right, like
Shine
that.
down.
Pretty easy heal for Bennett.
Though you know it not.
Illusion shattered.
The game knows when you're trying to farm for Kokomi, you know, right? Like the game just knows.
Shine down.
Let's see if you can heal me to this shit.
Here we go. I'm going in.
Should be able to, right? Yeah. Easily.
Flash. Torn to oblivion.
So, I don't know. 1,000
Not be destroyed.
on Kokomi are you should probably not pull for if you're like looking for like a, you know, if you really needed to get like a stronger account. If you needed like the help for your account, right when you have C6 Sarah and Bennett, and then you, it's a pretty easy like few 100k damage for Raiden. I would say, I'm not like surprised by like Kokomi in any way. There are certain comps where I've definitely wanted to like do an electro charge, and then you're just like, who do you have as the healer? And that's why I made Lisa a healer, is because like there were just comps where I wanted electro, but then didn't have a healer. Now you obviously have Barbara. The existence of Barbara makes it a lot harder to justify Kokomi, right? But again, if you play co-op, like Barbara is pretty boring to play in co-op. Like she doesn't do damage in her burst. Her burst is just a heal, right? And it's just a press and it's done. And then her skill is just a modifier, and that's true for like Kokomi too, except you know, she has some placement for her jellyfish, and then she has you know, at least a damage phase. It kind of gives you like a rotation. So I think that if you were using her for co-op, I would rather use Kokomi. But I always like, I don't think she's like a good use of your primos in that like meta way. Like for sure. So again, if you didn't have Barbara, but you do have Barbara, you know what I mean? You know, you'd be like, why wouldn't you just get the better Barbara? But everyone has Barbara, so you know. The one other like use case is just so niche, which I tried it out earlier for people in here, and I'll try it out again. It's like hyper niche, but I do think that there's this like some overworld use on her. Well, there you go. By the way, she can kill birds with her jellyfish. That's interesting. If you don't have C20, C25 Barbara, you know.
Glory to the show!
Into the wind.
Okay, so now we got our burst back.
Hold the line.
Quiver!
One with nature.
I guess there's a. What do you kill him? Like this. Yeah, this will work. There's like one tiny niche where her burst where she can walk on water could like maybe be helpful. And I'm wondering if the new area will make more use out of it. I was thinking like there was the oh, that doesn't help that he's like Electro, but oh well, we'll do it. I can only be mindful he's Electro, but what you can do is like this, which is
As one with wind and
right.
Strike! Eyes on me!
Oh, okay. Like you can walk out to the water here and like be safe. Safe-ish, right? You know, until you fall in, which is the problem. That's pretty much it. Right, but the thing about Mona and Ayage, right, is that they can't do anything when they're out there. If you were able to kill them in like 10 seconds, you'd have like an interesting, like, safe use for her. But, it is still, it's insanely niche, yeah.
Quiver! No turning back!
But I mean, like to be real, I mean there is like a lot of like coastline. There's a lot of water. There's areas like here, right, where there's like ponds that you can stand in. 1 out of 10. You gotta give me the criteria. Like from a meta like perspective, there's almost like no reason to use her, I'd say. I think I'm a little bit more sympathetic to the like right, like my usual team for Jean is this team
We may leave at any time.
here.
For justice.
Where we have Jean as the main DPS. It's like Taser Jean, right? Where she's like driving these two. But because Jean is such a tank, right? She's the driver. She does decent damage herself. But she's like, you know, she's like a chassis where you would build sub DPS on top of her, right? If I needed to like swap out, I could put, you know, and I have done this, like you could put Jingling here, and then now you have an overload team, which I used like in the last Abyss where, you know, there was like the Electro aura on shit. But
For justice.
Kokomi is the same vibe to me, where the value in her is that like if you built her, right, and what I had her is, so you could put Kokomi here as I did.
Take heart. Victory will
This
be
comp
ours.
works, right? You know, this comp works. You could put in even Lisa
Here, let
would
me
work,
help you.
right? Like the benefit I think to Kokomi is that like if you are like me and you like to have just like, here's my character and I'll just like stack whoever I need as the like situation allows. And people will say like the, you know, the national team is like meta or whatever, and it like is in some, but like sometimes it isn't. I think it's valuable to have just like, okay, I know that I always have this character here that, oh, if there's like a lot of little mobs,
Ready
I'll
for
throw
a
in
rehearsal?
Density. If there's like a couple of bigger mobs, I'll throw in
Sounds good to me.
Kazuha. If I know the enemies are resistant to Electro, then, you know, we'll do Zhangling here, alright? And then,
For justice.
right, like do that. Like there's some value to me in that, like, you pick your hyper carry, but your carry doesn't need to do all the damage. And so for those, right, it's like Jean, Noelle, Kokomi, Port Chi-Chi. Those are the value in them is like, again, it's like you can just throw them in this first slot and then you build around them. The problem with like Chi-Chi is that she's like a physical version of that, which is I think like way more limiting than like having Animo or, you know, like the crowd control of Jean versus like the Hydro application of Kokomi. this is like a long answer, but I'm gonna say that like if you're like me, then like Kokomi is like maybe a 7. You know, as far as like you got your carry and you build around the carry, right? For me, if Jean is a 10 for me, which Jean is a 10 for me, right? Where I literally can just use only Jean on half of the floors of floor 11, half the chambers of floor 11. It's just like Jean is one team, and then I throw whoever I want with her. If you're someone who's like, I like this character and I want to build around her, like Kokomi is good for that because unlike other healers like Barbara doesn't make for like a good main in my opinion because she's just like not that interesting to play. You know what I'm saying? Like Jean is interesting to play because you can yeet, you know, you can uppercut guys, you can throw people around. Like she's super fun to play. And like Barbara can do all the same things that like Kokomi can do, but like there's like not much depth to her gameplay, right? So the value in that like Jean build and like the Kokomi build is that. And if you don't like that gameplay, right? If you like, because the alternative would be to like what the team I was using, which was
All right, let's
this. The alternative to this would be like you would put in well, the alternative would be you put in Child, and then you don't have a healer, so then you'd probably throw in Jean, right? But then your Jean would just be a healer,
Ready for anything.
as opposed to a DPS. So like what is the difference then if your main carry is doing your healing and Jean is instead doing DPS, right? It's really not that different to me. That's why I think the Kokomi like critiques are kind of dumb because you're like, what's the real difference between this and putting the healer there like
All
this,
is accounted for.
and
Let's
then
move out.
putting in Kazuha as a sub
Sounds good to
DPS?
me.
Like what's the right? Like what's really the difference in those team comps? You know what I'm saying? Like. Kokomi does less damage than Child does, but then Kazuha will be doing more damage than a like healer support build Jean would do, right? So like, it's kind of a wash to me. So like, I think I rate Kokomi as higher than probably most people, for that reason because I just think through a team like holistically, but I also think that there's actually like added value in your healer being your carry because again it's just so easy to swap out like a sub DPS, you know what I'm saying? So I think 7 for me is pretty good. And again, if you used her like people would use Barb, which is to like in solo play to just be a healer, then we're talking like just bad, right? Like she's just a downgrade from Barbara because the fact that she does more damage than Barbara is not a selling point because you actually want her to be off the field as fast as possible, right? So then you want Barbara's instant burst, right? So the value comes from the way you'd want to use her. Because again, if you were using her as the carry, swapping in Venti and Kazuha is just like, you know, it's an easy swap
All
to
right.
make.
Let's head
But if
off.
you were using Child, right, you know, then like you still needed a healer. You could really only swap in Jean or like maybe Sayu, right? But Sayu still takes a lot of field time, in my opinion. So, to me, consolidating healer to carry is a good role. So I think I give her a 7. I give Jean
Let the wind lead.
again a 10 only because I think she's super fun to use. But yeah. These are my teams, by the way. This is my, like, super easy meta team. This is my Lisa Heals team. This is the one I use mostly right now. And then the comp I use here is usually this.
May knowledge
This is
guide
100% damage reduction. Sayu doesn't take that much field time. If you're using her burst, which only heals on field, but again, the problem with that is that, like, with corrosion and shit is you would need to cycle through your characters to heal them, which then takes their field time, or you need to use her swirl to heal the whole team. But yeah, my favorite character is Jean because she's the best. I got Jean C6 triple count. Sayu does heal the whole party, but she only heals the party with her swirls. So if you wanted to heal the whole party, you'd be using her like her turbo mode. Her burst is just on field character, kind of like the jellyfish. Jean's weapon is Aquila Livonia. She's a hybrid DPS. I always run her with another Animo for Shred and stuff like that. Let's see let's go back to. Yeah, I know my Mora is. We used it all today. We went bankrupt.
Take heart. Victory will be ours.
But we got pretty far in building Kokomi, so that's not too bad. Let's see here. We had, and then Sarah.
With you all the way.
Yeah, we can get more. We can get more Mora. We got this. This is like what 60k Mora, right? And then we can unlock that. All right. That's the Mora. So, look, we're rich, guys. All right. We're rolling in Mora. Okay. So we did Abyss. Tried her healing through Asda's stomps. She was fine in both. What else have we haven't tried co-op yet, but I don't know if we're ready to. I don't know if we're ready for co-op. How much more would we need to get to 80? God, 300k. Pretty rough. We can probably heal. We can heal. We can heal co-op. We can heal co-op. All right, let's do it. Let's try healing through. Yeah, let's do this. We'll try co-op. Like Mora comes and goes, you know. It comes and goes. You gotta spend it. You gotta spend more to make more, right? We're gonna just use our 70 Skyward. I think this is still the right move. Again, I'll just show the build again. We are not doing a meme clip build. We're doing 180 ER. We would normally run with Kazuha, so we'd end up with like 60% Hydro bonus. But in co-op, we only have 40. We're running 2-piece Tenacity, 2-piece Maiden. We're doing HP, we're doing ER, HP, healing. Again, we're doing Anniversary Wars are shit, dude, and they're not gonna get any better. they're so bad. We're okay. And again, we're rolling with this build. We'll stick with something similar to this probably. We might try like HP, Hydro, healing, but we're getting a pretty decent Hydro bonus from her Atlas. We're not missing any attack. We got good attack from the weapon alone. Our HP is a little bit lower, but like it's fine. All right, we'll do some co-op. We'll see how we do. My guess is we're actually gonna run into other Kokomis, but we'll see how we do.
Rest and rebuild!
I remember when people were thinking that the rewards were going to be like a 5-star of your choice. Yeah. It's so sad. Like, what happened?
Your mortal authority.
Covenant of the Deep!
Rack and ruin.
Okay.
Shudder. Freeze to the core.
Yeah, I mean, we already got 9 stars in floor 11 with her. We could try floor 12. If we put her in the first half, she'd have to get a better team, probably.
Rest and rebuild!
Alright, we're gonna try to heal through this here. We're also in Diona's. Yeah, we're good. Okay.
Today, you witness your reckoning.
I condemn you.
So there's some benefit here. There's Pyro, so
Thank you for pulling me!
I guess you don't get wet when you heal, right?
Covenant of the Deep!
Alright, are people taking damage here? Dailuk is testing the heal.
Allow me!
There is no atonement for 1,000-year pain.
Torrent, bring refuge!
Her range is pretty good, actually. She's hitting from here. And she doesn't have that thing that like Yanfei has, where the like third shot shoots to the ground, like spiking a volleyball.
Beg for mercy.
Like, it's pretty good, just long range.
You. Let's move more speed.
Billowing surge!
I'll be back.
We couldn't save her, unfortunately. I'm stuck. There we go. Okay. I mean, he'll seem fine. I didn't quite catch the damage on that, but the range is good. Like, see how they shoot just straight? So let's take like. So let's look at like. Okay, here's Kokomi here. Look at the range on Kokomi here. This shit just goes straight, like forever, right? Now I've seen people say like her range is pretty similar to Yanfei.
Ready for try.
So look at Yanfei's. Her fireballs actually kind of stop at some point. Pretty similar to Thin's. But if you look at her 3 hits, that 3rd hit only goes like half the distance. And then obviously she's got the like quirk of her charge shot where you like start it, but then you dodge and it doesn't drop. I think Kokomi's range is really good. It seems like. It might be the longest range, probably.
All
I would
is
say.
accounted for.
Yeah, she goes far. Okay. Is there anything else people want to see on Kokomi? Again, we did the Pyro Plant, we tested a little bit on. We did Floor 11. We did a little bit of co-op. We'll try Senora. Should be even easier. I think there's even less healing there. To work to get the. You have to log in to get the rewards, right? Or oh, you're talking about the right. There's the competition, like the art competition, and then there's the like login event. I can see new people playing for a healer thinking that they like will really need a healer, right? Should we use Kazuha for her? Oh, we gotta. Well, here. We'll do this. I think if you were like new, you would assume that you like really need like a strong healer when you don't really.
You're
right?
trembling. Is it the cold or just cowardice? Detestable. Quiver! Into the frozen void. Storm the front. Flash. Crush. The Tsaritsa's benevolence has no place for transgressors. Retreat. Strike.
I can't actually see the jellyfish. Oh, there it is. There's one critique. Jellyfish is kind of hard to see.
Flash! Beg for mercy. Glory to the Shogun!
If you can look at the blue numbers, there's a level 89 Kokomi in here. This is way more built than my end.
Strike!
Doesn't seem to be doing like a ton more damage than I was doing though, frankly.
Flash! Storm the front! Embrace your searing reckoning!
god.
Oh, must burn!
You really only want to break these, so they're breaking them too early. You should not break them until she starts up again. So you'll see when she comes back, like she's gonna give us all, like heat bar, right? So that's when you'd want to break them if you needed to clear out the ground.
Who dare flash? Call me a witch! Quiver!
What a sorry sight.
You're almost kind of walking around breaking all the things.
Embrace your turning back reckoning. Not every wound.
And so you'd want to break them like that because the floor around it was covered in fire, which means you can't really stand next to them to like cool off anyway. So you may as well break them, right? Clear the ground.
Yeah. I never asked for redemption.
Yeah. I think Zhao's coming back probably for the Lantern Festival, right? Probably. Child in Hu Tao is what I've seen, but yeah, Child's getting a banner and he's getting a new bow. It's really funny that he's getting a new bow because the Thundering Pulse is already so good on him, right? Like, it kind of seemed like it was kind of dual designed for both he and Yoimiya. Is it worse than the Pulse?
This is no place to loaf around.
It seemed like it was pretty similar to the other options. It's definitely not much better than the Pulse, if it's any better than the Pulse.
Let's move out.
You're trembling. Is it the cold or just cowardice? Now you shall perish. Detestable. Into the frozen void.
Let's move out. Allow me. There is no escape.
Torn to oblivion.
Let's move out.
Shine down.
Let's move out.
Wait, it doesn't make you wet when you get hit by it, right?
Rest and rebuild.
Illusion shattered.
Okay, in case you were wondering, the jellyfish does not make you wet when you get hit by it. So it just occurred to me to check that.
There is no escape.
Using it though does make you wet. Rerun rumors, I think, started when the bow was leaked, because the bow seemed, it was originally described to have like a peculiar name and stuff. So I think that was when people were like, "Oh, it must be for child or Ganyu." But because the description of the bow said Fukui something or another, then they were like, "It's child," and they changed it to not say Fukui anymore. And then people were like, well, maybe it'll be Ganyu, but then it seems like now it's still a child weapon.
Who dares call me a witch?
I think 60 or 70 is what usually you would look for a main DPS.
Strategy. It is. Let's move out. Let's move out. Allow me. Let's move out.
What a book fight! I never asked for redemption.
Well, it's gonna be hard to die with Chi-Chi and Kokomi. Yeah, there are rumors. I don't. Yeah.
This is no place to...
Are you asking me, Huta? I'm from America, yeah. Pulse Pierce attack. Pulse is great on Child and Yoimiya. Child weapon seems fine on mostly just Child. I think you need to use charge attacks too, which makes it like needlessly specific for him. It's kind of stupid, frankly. They should have left it with Pulse and just rerun the Pulse if they were going to do that.
This is no place to loaf around.
It does seem like it'll be Child's best in slot
Respect must
weapon
be given to the will of every
in most
creature.
cases. Some
Each
people use them
fish
as
in
just
the
a
ocean
burst,
swims in its own direction.
right? In which case you might even use stringless.
Thrust rebuild.
Cooldown is 20 seconds and it lasts 12. Okay, so you actually don't have like you don't have like a ton of time to reset it to keep 100% uptime, right?
This is no place to loaf around.
mean, I think that I think they're taking a break on realizing new. I think that they're looking at this period of time and being like, they just released like 5 new characters, right? Like, people have fatigue. I think they're basically throwing away the child banner. Actually, I do think it will be child because they can't keep like dumping out new characters. Right? Like people have limits.
What I call a moment of solitude.
So I think that they're like looking at that, thinking like, we're gonna have a dead banner period.
Allow me.
And then
Oh, ow! Where did that come from?
yeah, I think they'll probably give it a gap. It'll be like probably Child, then Hu Tao, then Zhao, and then probably Ganyu, just to give people time to recharge. You know?
You're trembling. Is it the cold or just cowardice?
Okay, we're doing 3, 6K. Yeah, we're level 70.
Hold the line. Teamwork is dreamwork. Covenant of the deep. Early morning. Here we go.
The Tsaritsa's benevolence has no place for transgressors.
And rebuild.
Man, pretty annoying. Breathe.
Adventure time.
Billowing surge. Allow
Adventure time.
me. Let's move out.
The Tsaritsa's benevolence has no place.
Auto verse for the new bow.
Light it up. Rebuild.
Light it up. Going in. Adventure time. Here we go. Not every wound will heal.
Hold the line. Teamwork, covenant of the deep.
Get out of my way!
Allow me.
Yeah, well, we held up Bennett pretty well. Jesus.
Let's move out.
Not even ashes will remain.
Brace yourself.
I never asked for redemption.
I mean,
Never.
just holding up fine. Your damage is pretty low still. Yeah, I think stringless if you're just using it for bursts. I mean, if you're being real, if you're using trial for burst and you're like going for just even burst damage, I think you're still gonna do more with Thundering Pulse than even stringless because you would be stacking your crit damage to be like unreasonable, right? You'd be doing like 5% crit rate and like 300% crit damage to do more damage.
This is no place
If you're
to
doing
mess
like a
around.
screenshot build, right? Wait, the new bow gives. Oh, the new bow gives attack as opposed to damage.
Place to load
Yeah.
around.
That's why it's actually funny for me. The team I run for Raiden, her ER is actually a little higher than it needs to be. So because I have engulfing and right everything else, her energy gets to be like 315% or whatever after her burst. So I get her burst back like right away. So I don't really need an ER stance for her. I could get by with just like an attack stance with ER on it. But I actually get more damage with an ER stance than with an attack stance because I run her with both Bennett and Sarah. But she gets so much attack that the bonus you get, right, from both the electro damage bonus and also the set bonus from this, but getting more damage bonus, you actually round out the damage than if you were running an attack stance. So it's interesting that there's cases where you do more damage with energy recharge, an extreme case, but more damage with energy recharge than attack. So yeah, it definitely will depend on your team comp with Child probably. We got an achievement earlier. What do we got? Is anyone here for this magic? It's funny. It seems like they don't hate Child because he's getting his own bow and a second rerun. But I do think they're throwing away his rerun because they're just like, let's create a gap in the roster, right? I think this is I think this is a dead banner. I think they're doing it on purpose. Hey, look at this, guys. If you think Kokomi is weak, well, look at this. We got a little less shocking than Love at First Sight. Defeat 4 opponents with Electro Charge within 2 seconds. Times 5. We just got this. So, there you go. See? 10 primos. She's paying for herself. How many did it take? 3,300 per tick. I think her healing is fine with this build. We'll do one more boss. Is there anything else we wanted to see before? I mean, I think I'll just do like one more boss probably before I wrap up. Did I freeze 536 opponents in 10 seconds? No, I don't think so. Right? Where was that? Was that here? Or was it... Which one was it in? Was it in one of... I can't remember which section it was in. Gee, tell me what section it is and I'll look for it. I can't remember what it was. Elemental? Frees 4 opponents within 2 seconds. Oh, this must be like a cumulative, right? So it's like times 10? So I guess they're frozen 4 enemies within 2 seconds 500 times? Is that what that means? Right? Because you would get 10 to get the... Right? Is that right? That seems right. So I don't know how many. I mean, I guess that would be at least 2,000 opponents, right? I think it means you did it 500 times, right? Not that you freeze 500 opponents at once, because that would be impossible. I don't think the screen will fit 500 enemies. I think you just do this, right? Because you freeze 4 opponents 2 seconds, 10 times, right? So you do. If there was a group of 4, you froze them all. This would be 1. You'd have to do that 10 times. So I guess I've done it 500 times since whenever, right? So, I mean, it's still a lot. Oh, you know what we gotta do soon? I have not really tried to do a big burst anytime recently. I actually don't know who would win. A Mona burst or a Eula burst? Or... I wonder if I could maybe even get rated up to this. I think I could probably hit 1 million with Mona. This was with Mona's 4-piece Hydro set, not even Noblesse. And now there's the Fate set, which is even better. I think I can hit 1 million with Mona now. I don't think my Eula could hit 1 million yet. She's not C6. The C6 Eula could. I think we can get 1 million with Mona. As far as, yeah, it would be really hard to hit with Raiden. Raiden, I get over 400 with Raiden. That really stacked up crit damage. Maybe if I got Staff of Homa. Maybe then Raiden can do it. I think I can, yeah, I think Mona is probably still my biggest burst damage. I think Mona's still pretty high up there as far as burst damage goes. And like pretty accessible, right? Because it's a standard banner 5-star. I think she's pretty overlooked as far as like her burst capabilities. It's really not that hard to like do that in combat either. Like that, I have a video of that one from like a couple months ago whenever I posted it. It was in the overworld just normal. It wasn't like even against the plant, you know. So yeah, that was pretty good. All right, so I'm not gonna do a. Can I do a poll right from here? We're gonna do a poll. We'll do. Let's see. We'll do one more thing. Should we do Asda? Should we do Signora? Or this will be a longer one, but. We'll do one more thing. It won't take long to do floor 12, I don't think. You can do it, knock it out in one hit, but you're gonna do it as the Signora or floor 12. It's like 7 people watching, so I kind of think floor 12 is probably like kind of longer than people have in them.
Yaya Publishing House has released numerous works that lay out military strategy in a simple and pragmatic way. Those are my favorite.
Okay. Only like one person voted. We can probably knock out floor 12 quick. We'll try a different build. We were doing not a different build, a different team. We were doing Electro Charge, right? My vet has C6, yeah. Yeah, let's see, my Eula does 500k without Bennett. And that was without Sarah also. And also not with Drilling Tails. So I think my Eula could get to 600 or 700 pretty easily. 700k. I can probably get 700k with Eula. How's my Zangoing built? Let's see. What here? Should have an ER? No, she needs an ER. fine. Alright, we'll try this out. Should be not super hard. Okay. Try the first half. Let's see. She's still only level 70. We'll do Kazuha. We'll do Beto. And instead of... Might be a little bit tough. Not a lot of battery here. But we'll do... We'll try it out. We'll try it with... I think, like, without... No Bennett. Let's try that. And then here we'll do... Mia. This is my normal comp here for this, probably. Be good. I think energy will be kind of a pain, but let's see how it goes.
You're toast!
One with nature. To ashes! Fallen leaves. Adorn my...
Rest and rebuild! Torrents, bring refuge!
The wind knows me.
Frying pan? Allow me!
The wrong test subject.
Time to go.
A little taste.
There's no rest like a day.
The wrong test.
Into the wind.
Boba, get them!
Clouds high. The birds come.
Like
The
blade.
wind knows me.
Eyes on me!
Covenant of the deep!
Let's light it up! Teamwork is... There is no escape! Storm the... Now you shall perish!
A festive reprise!
Let's light it up! I'm going in! Shine down! Quiver!
Feel the split!
Let's light it up! Lord, I will...
What? Okay, try that again. Pretty cool.
My lucky day.
Suffocate.
Frying pan?
Power that isn't hot done!
Like blade.
Rest. Rebuild. Torrent, bring refuge.
Kind of dynamic is like a Kazuha showcase, right?
Nice and spicy.
One with nature. Fallen leaves. Adorn my night. Into the wind.
Let's get down to business.
Hold the line.
One with nature.
Covenant of the deep. Let's move out.
Into the wind.
You're toast! Nice and spicy!
Alright, like easy Hydra application.
One with nature.
Damn, pretty weak. You're still pretty weak. Okay. I'll do like a bigger showcase when I get her built up in the next few days.
Let's light it up! Teamwork is drip! Storm the front! There is no escape! Inazuma shines eternal! Here comes the fireworks! I'm going in! Quiver! Illusion shattered!
Time for a light show!
There is no escape! Strike! No turning! Teamwork is dreamwork! Torn to oblivion! Illusion shattered! Quiver! I'm going in! Inazuma shines eternal!
Okay. Back to the Kokomi. That was supposed to be the easy side. Can't believe we died on that one. Sorry.
Get them!
Oh, this bitch.
Into the wind. Clouds high. The birds come.
Hold the line!
Eyes on me!
Torrent, bring refuge!
Fado kind of sucks single target, by the way. Doing like not great damage, but we should expect it to like double once we actually have it built, probably. Right? Should be fine.
Eat this!
Wind strike.
Rest and rebuild!
One.
No, does not save him. Alright, way to go, Beto, you babe.
Allow me!
Yeah. Probably not enough energy on this team right now.
Wind strike. Fallen leaves. Adorn my.
To ashes!
Covenants of the deep!
Tester tanking up. Doing alright. Looking at Beto's health. Beto's health is going up. Again, that'll probably double too, which is actually built. Alright, her healing will actually probably double too.
Hold the line! Out of the frying pan!
That hurts!
You're toast! Water!
Oh no! Alright, I'm gonna try that again. For the she's not. Her timing on the jellyfish is. You kind of need like way more micromanaging than I expected, to be honest.
Nice and spicy!
Into the wind.
Eyes on me!
Clouds high. The birds.
Torrent, bring refuge!
I think you definitely just tank with her.
The wind knows me. One One with nature.
Allow me. Let's move out. Billowing surge.
Alright, we're doing 3, 3, 3, 4. Alright, she's definitely tanky at least.
The wind knows me.
Boba, get them.
As one with wind and cloud.
Power that ended life.
Overload damage in here.
Into the wind. Not bad.
Boba, get them.
Wind strike.
Hold the line. Uphill battle.
Well, I want to point out her numbers are they're level 70 weapon. She's level 70. So like pretty weak talent levels here.
Nice and spicy.
One with nature.
Eat this.
She's mostly applying height. With just the jellyfish and her autos, she's able to mostly like allow Zanny to vaporize or reverse vaporize.
Billowing surge.
Right?
Rebuild.
And she does have a lot of health, so just tank. I think she got overlapped even. I think they both hit her. She still lived through it. And she's only level 70.
Clouds high. The birds.
Nice and spicy.
We're not gonna 36 star this or 9 star it. We're we're pretty slow. It's pretty slow in this there. The numbers aren't big. Yeah, that is true. I think what you'd want to see is like a lot of little numbers, like you see in like a fireworks team with like Child, right? You want to get like a lot of little numbers if you can. So that might make like Fischl or Raiden like a good pairing.
There is no escape. Everybody stand. Flash. Storm the. Torn to oblivion. Off we go. Shine down. Strike.
Teamwork is dreamwork. Fire hazard.
No turning back. Flash.
Yeah, Venti looks really cool with like Raiden too. We call it like the Fruit Ninja comp or whatever, right? So he did really poorly against the single, which kind of knew. Both Beidou and Zangling to like a certain extent are not as good for single target. Kokomi's not fully built yet. So we really struggled against the Magu Genki damage wise. Should be fine here though, right? 'Cause this is just these guys, right? And we don't have like fucking any energy for these guys. It's not like a really great comp.
That really hurt. Nice and spicy.
Get her burst up. Ever? Or at least we got one of them up. There we go, that's good.
Power that ended life.
As one with wind and cloud.
There we go. That's what you want to do. That works out. Hello, Joshua. How are you doing? Okay, so that was a good team for that. That was a really bad team for the previous floor, so just heads up on that. Don't do what I did.
There is no escape! Quiver! Everybody stand!
Insolent.
Strike! Now you shall perish!
Adventure time.
Teamwork is quiver! Shine down! Torn to oblivion! I'm going in! Storm the fuse is lit!
Come on.
A mystic retreat! There is no escape! Flash! Inazuma shines eternal!
No, you don't fucking crit, huh? You're fine still.
Shine down! Teamwork is great! Time for a light show!
Okay. So I think we got all but one star because that Magu Kenki took forever. Is that right? So I kind of like that team comp otherwise, if not for the single target damage being kind of shitty. The change you could make to that would just be put Fischl in instead of Beto for better single target damage, and also you saw how hard it was to get Beto's ult up. Like Zhang is pretty hard to get her ult back up too, with that comp, but having both makes it really hard. But if you did like Fischl and Zhangling, that would be kind of a good best of both worlds single target AoE damage team. If there were a version of like Fischl that was Pyro, that would also work probably, like a Pyro Xingqiu. But yeah, I mean obviously like once Kokomi is built, and again here's our stats again. And then energy recharge on Kokomi, I actually would not go any less than this if you aren't using her signature weapon or... yeah, I saw Toma. The question to me is I don't know what Toma's multipliers are. Like I mean, he at least seems easier to battery probably than Zhangling. I doubt his damage will be as good, but yeah, you could imagine that being pretty good too. I think Toma's like AoE also, but he's kind of like a front cone AoE. But it does seem like he'd be like sacrificing damage for a shield, which I don't know is actually necessary for Kokomi because she does the healing and also stagger resistance. But yeah, with this weapon, I mean, I really think you need 180 energy recharge, from what I can tell, unless you're running her like with Xingqiu. I don't even know who else you would put, right? You wouldn't even say Mona, because Mona's energy recharge is... Her generation is pretty I'm going to say pretty bad, just because the particles don't generate unless it hits on the last hit. Yeah, so her energy is kind of an issue. I'm just giving my final thoughts here. I think it's 70. 70, yeah. So 70, pretty high burst cost, I would say. You could use her with Raiden, and that would then solve your problems 100%, right? But then, if you were using Raiden, I don't know that you'd want to use Beto also. You definitely want to look up the like Kaching mains kind of extended rotation on them, right? The way you'd want to run it, and the way I've done it, it's not that bad, but there's kind of a couple options. You can just extend your rotation, right? So you delay Raiden and then move into Raiden after Beto's burst is done. But also, like, if you're watching, the single target damage of Beto is really bad because she doesn't bounce her burst on one enemy. So, if you were running Beto and Raiden, what you would want to do is use Beto's burst, and as soon as you can, cut Beto off early to use Raiden. And even though Beto won't proc her burst, if you happen to have her C6, as I do, especially, but even if not, I would just use Raiden as soon as possible and cut Beto off early. And then, if there were like exactly two enemies, like the Ruin Guards here, I would then I would delay using Raiden until Beto's burst is done, and then use Raiden and do the extended, because the two target damage that Beto does is going to be higher than Raiden even, just because it bounces back and forth so much. I don't know if that's still true with my Raiden being C3, but definitely for C0 Raiden, maybe even for C2 Raiden. But the Beto and Raiden thing can work. It's kind of overblown that like you can't use them together. You definitely can. It's just a little bit more finicky, I'd say. But yeah, I mean, someone asked me like my 1 to 10 rating. It's still, again, she's still not leveled up, right? She's still not built. But she does exactly what I thought she would do, which is kind of fill that same role that like Jean fills, which is like being the base of a team that you throw other sub DPS onto, right? You saw I stacked on Beto and Zhangling and Kazuha. If you ignore their energy issues, right? You kind of see like the value that she brings, which is just like not having to like figure out how to balance the supports and shit. You assume she's going to be on the field most of the time, and then you just throw off-field sub DPS around her based on the need. Yeah, I think it's a fine use. It's like she'll definitely 36 star Abyss when she's fully built. Or we almost did it with her being like this and like not a lot of thought put into the Magukin key floor, but yeah. No, that's my thoughts. I'm probably gonna end up the stream then. Thanks everyone for, if anyone stuck around the entire time. We streamed for a long time, but we got ourselves a C1. We got ourselves her signature weapon that we may or may not build ever. And we got, most importantly, and the thing we wanted more than anything else probably, is the Jade Cutter for Kazuo. So I think that's a successful evening. I'm pretty excited. Actually, I do like Kokomi. I will use her in co-op, and I'll do a video on her. I don't really do guides, but I will do like I don't know, probably like my use case for her, basically, right? The way I would sell her. And I will probably likely do a shitpost series like I did for the Raiden series of just the things that people complain about her, and we'll just make a probably series of videos about those once we get a sense of all the complaining people are doing about it. So thanks everyone for hopping on, and I will stream again. I'm streaming kind of inconsistently, but also kind of a lot while I get started and figure out a good schedule for me and stuff like that. So bear with me. And again, there's not a good way to schedule, so I'll just stream as soon as I can, early enough in the day, hopefully. So take it easy, and I will give my updated thoughts on Kokomi when I get her actually built. All right, take it easy, y'all.